Good morning, or whatever it is, wherever you are. So last time we got the Twitch API to an okay place. The testing framework, I don't know, I might have to... I don't know what we're going to do about that. I might end up having to make my own framework. Although I could probably, one of these things uses Elm Test, so I could use that as an opportunity to evaluate what it's like to use that currently. Anyway, this app never developed any tests. Now, the one awkward problem we run into here is that we were on the extension branch, and this is going to be just a drastic change that I don't really want to maintain that as in a separate branch. But I suppose we should actually review how big a difference that was. Okay, this is a lost experiment. So actually, master's here. So how much do we actually have to change here? So we had to add a bootstrap file. We have a separate HTML which loads Twitch stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. Bootstrap, I presume, is only called from there. And then we have some TwitchX code, which could mostly just kind of be a no-op in any other context. Ah, yeah. So extension page, yeah, mode. So we already got some recognition of running in both modes. And then themes are just themes, which I probably, so probably we could, yeah, So actually, I might have to, we probably just kind of merge this in. And even though extensions aren't quite finished, I just don't want to have two branches here. All right, for Elm 19, we need to, we're pretty much going to wipe Elm stuff. Elm, well, we essentially have the Elm package information over here. Project name isn't there. For an app, the dependency format completely changed. And I think the default mode, if you init a project, is to do application. And then install No, actually, this is not going to be installed yet because we have to use the Elm 19 version for a bit. So we have to get core. Oh, nope. That's right, all the names changed. So Elm core, Elm HTML, Elm HTTP. Oh, I guess core implies HTML. Browser. I guess core also implies that. SVG. Parser, we got browser already. And Tim.js Elm collage. Oh, that's right. There was a color got pulled out of core. And then we'll also need any dependencies for the time being. Of this. Well, we might need JSON end time ourselves. Those are things we'll have to examine later. Now the date strings is one that we pretty much only have to have because we have to directly depend on this code for now, I suspect. Uh, 8601 date strings. All right, Elm JSON source directories. So from this directory, it's going to be down Elm Twitch API source. Elm lang. Where was the upgrade doc? Because that'll tell us some of the checklist of stuff. Okay, command line, Elm JSON. Ah. Okay, that's only a type change, but that could... Oh no, that's... you know what, for now, let's go into source. Okay, string.toInt is currently an OK error, which we're just ignoring that anyway, so that becomes an easy change. To float. Went from a result to a... Wait, what? Oh, that's string. That's the int. Int to float. Okay. Okay, those are all just int float conversions to string. Okay. So these are going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, this is int. We're kind of doing this twice. This .map to string on collage.render. That looks like we're probably doing floating point stuff there. Types will tell us if not. From string to string? Day of week. What's from string? Day of week must be, oh, here we go. Style time day. Oh. And it's a date, which means it doesn't even exist anymore. Do we even have a time enum or a date enum now? Okay, we have weekday. And we still have month. And that might show up elsewhere. So now to do day of week. There is no more free toString. So we have day stripe, we have month num. I guess we have day name. This will be better for a possible translation, right? All right, so this becomes day name. Now from string. What from string? And you can't search in the old Elm documentation. Day name from string. And we give that to text size. What are our bulk inputs? Oh, because this may be a collage method? Because that's the only bulk import we've got. Aha! Creating text from a string. Okay. So doing a string to a text object makes sense. Date.year. So this is string from int, probably? ToString hour. And this looks like integers to me. Unless we end up doing some other math with them. All right, ToString. Rem. Oh, this isn't the docs. As a explicit update. Okay, don't seem to be using that. View. Well, that could maybe show up in schedule graph. That's our style. Not HTML style. Okay, no, that's our style. Node style. HTML.attributes.style. List string becomes string attribute message. Well, it actually becomes a little bit more obnoxious in this case. Because we have to repeat the whole long invocation. I don't need a comma. Okay, I think that's good. And then we have to decide what kind of application to make it. Oh no, it's a schedule graph. Schedule from videos. Oh, and it's navigation. Why is it navigation? Okay, not really anything with that. Probably just for the init arguments. Init location. We don't subscribe to any navigation things, so this is probably going to become browser document with window location. Is it query or search? Search in the regular one. Da, 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 da. And oh. Well, that's just going to be a string. If I move that up to a direct dependency for the URL, I can probably go borrow my parsing from the other app. Although I think that ended up being a full navigation. Oh, because I did reset the URL on that one, and that's where you have to go application. Schedule from videos. Was it new URL? Well, that's the only thing we exposed from here. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be application. Well, that's what we ended up having to do in the other one, so we can at least reference that. Actually, why did I do it that way? I mean, I guess it's standard indentation. All right, init, update. View.document UI. Update subscriptions. On URL request equals navigate. On URL change equals current URL. Which means we need to have not only yeah, and I just made that URL. Elm package install Elm URL. Oh, that's right, not package anymore. Import URL exposing URL. Current URL. Navigate browser.url request. And to deal with those, all right, that doesn't really change. browser.internal URL. Oh, and browser.external URL. And we have to capture model.navigation key. Location is, never get around to renaming these things. And that's a browser.navigation. So init is a no flags, a URL, a navigation.key. Navigation key equals key. Browser. I think the invocation and the index had to change. It's init. Oh, and then all the icon. Gah. All the icons. Oh, did this have to end up in Bootstrap? Yes, it did. It just didn't show up. I guess because maybe the one line wasn't as visible there. So that has implications on our view structure. It has implications on, was it modify URL? So I think that became like push URL. No. Yeah, create our path. This just does user ID. And navigation here is actually import browser, import, well, I don't know if we need DOM for this one. All right, view. We have to add this extra document. And we have to expose document. Yeah, that should be most of that. Time is going to be a big pain in the butt. Packages. Oh, look, you used... This may actually be leftover from extracting that module. Oh. What do we do with color? Ooh. Do a little bit with color. Is that perchance the set Elm color does? So we do in fact have the forking. Positioning color spaces, representation. RGB, grayscale, and some basic colors. Okay, so that probably actually will serve our needs. We've already got it anyway. And it's just called color still. Date could be a trial. No, it's not directly here. All right, we're at the point at which we start seeing how much the compiler yells at us. Got most of the predictable stuff. Wait. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting I have to convert all my scripts over. I haven't actually removed the Elm package yet. But our Elm stuff is going to be completely corrupt. And there's probably no reason to have that, plus it's in source control. All right, import date. Ah. So this is time. Oh, and time is POSIX. Probably. I may have to reevaluate how I'm using some of these. Date dot from time. What does that even mean? Oh, because you had... Put date and time. And then in order to get year, month, day, so you actually kind of don't need start date and end date. Except end date. And the awkward thing here is the POSIX is not addable. Well, range shouldn't be a POSIX, first of all. And this is not going to be date dot blah blah blah. It's going to be oh, and I need a zone. Did I have a notes in this one? Yes. So we have date to time. We have time to POSIX or int. We have zones. Okay, that's all. Ooh, boy. That's going to be fun, too. All right, I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll have to see if we can pick this apart at all. Uh-oh. The compass is gone.
Placing towers on my side is really boogie.
Oh, do they still have the multiplayer? Well, you placed one, so it's not completely broken?
But it's like shaking, like when I place it. It's going all over the screen.
Oh, okay.
It's flying up in the air and going underground.
Yeah, I've had some fidgetiness with unknowns, but and issues.
No. No. uh, well, I mean,
I don't want to retain anything. Look at this. We're gonna have 7 nightmares and... Or no. We're gonna have 4 nightmares and 6 madnesses. That's actually a little on the useless side. Okay. This is infinite nightmares and madnesses. Infinite. You know what the best part is? They're all dead because I just activated so many skills, but I do have 6 nightmares, all cost 0, and 6 madnesses that all cost 0. And we're gonna bouncing flash this last dude just for the hell of it.
A little bit here.
Punto.
¡Hay alguien en el punto!
Soy una fara.
¡Ah, que tiene la skin de... ¡Ah, qué fuerte! Yo quiero esa.
¿Cuál? ¿De qué?
La que no tiene, la de Symmetra. La de... Esa es Symmetra Warframe, totalmente. Es Symmetra Lotus.
Sí, sí, me trago así, vale.
Espérate, te voy a enseñar.
Vale, como tienen... Claro, tienen una fara para mí.
In doing care.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Sneezes. Maybe. Alright, so this is going to be the thing. So, one thing we need to sort out is if we have a POSIX. A graph is a current time, which is reasonable to be a POSIX. An event has a start, which is a date, and a duration, which is not a date. This is a range. Context decorations. This is a time, so that's actually a thing. This is supposed to be a range. Two ranges, two range. Okay, so this... Let's change down to here, which says this is that. It becomes an event start. No, an offset. A duration. So list.map. Two range time range. Over the list of events. Okay, so this is with this argument. So the events become an offset. I think that's an int. Duration is an int. And first date minus event dot start. So this might be all int. And maybe I want some type aliases here. So day a week is going to be from a POSIX. Offset is just an offset within a... hour, minute, second. Which is a whole nother step we have to deal with. Okay, start POSIX, duration. Of course, now I've converted them all to int, so it's only gonna, well, so you still have to know it's an int. It's mainly to make the type signatures look a little bit better. And you, what the heck are you? Well, we know you're a duration. You're an offset. First plus range. So the end point minus the event dot start. Let's finish this past. Offset. Okay. Age. Is what that was supposed to be. And I guess age to be viewed as a kind of duration, but just wanted to be able to read that a little easier as we're trying to figure out how to update all the code. Okay, so that takes care of time. It's not the code per se. It takes care of that type signatures. Now, POSIX. Okay, offset takes that. Duration's already an int. First plus range. Well, first is POSIX, which has to be converted into a time dot we know we're going POSIX to millis a lot. And event.start is going to have a similar thing, assuming that's what I think it is. Offset is going to deal with a bunch of zone junk. That's going to deal with zone junk. Okay, where do we get a zone from? Zone based on the current UTC offset. Task. Application stays across to that and use it for historical data. Okay, so we're sort of using this for historical data. Does that mean the whole graph could shift over a hour boundary? Well, the point is that we have to... This is going to be a right pain in the butt. Import window. Window became browser, right? Ah, yeah, Elmlang window. So we need to figure out... Ah, that's the DOM stuff that we... was window size. Get viewport. Oh, that may have been scroll position, I don't know. One of those. Anyway. We lose window. Import browser.dom. And you... imported some... No, just as DOM. Okay. Get viewport of... Got messages. Oh, that's doing a scroll to bottom. Okay. Different application. Window size. Oh, this was able to task it. And then just throw it into a no-op. Huh. Because it was just calling another thing. This actually needs to get it back. So focus blur, get viewport. So I guess what we want is scene. So that itself produces a task. And do we provide a type for this? Type alias viewport. Okay. I could actually try and... What does window size deal with? It is a task.perform already. Size.width, size.height. We're pulling stuff out of a thing, so that's fine. Window size, dom dot get viewport. Window size viewport, and it is viewport dot scene. Window dot ooh. we not have that anymore? Oh, browser.events. Window on resize. Okay. So this is a little bit of an anachronism then. They switched to viewport but left window resize as just what it is. Well, the way we can deal with this is we actually do window.resizes takes window size. Window size takes an int. So we want to dom.getViewport. It's going to give us a task and a callback. Start a list of tasks into a single task that returns a list. Probably map. So we're not creating a new task per se. The awkward thing is the number of arguments changes. Yeah, this has to be an end then. Viewport to task.succeed. Yeah, that's actually very, very awkward to work with. Because succeeds with a single value. So how Oh no, because it's the complete thing. So we say window size. No. We don't succeed with the message, we succeed with the value. Huh? How do we task.perform that? Task.perform is going to take a tagger and apply it to a single value. So we cannot use the 2-argument version as the lowest common denominator because you can't task that. So window size will have to be some sort of neutral intermediate type that can be produced by both. What should we do in window size? If we're gonna do code for both, somewhere. We can just deal with the message handling. So actually this turns around into no. You have to import. Oh, that was the other one? Yeah, subscriptions. And this is on resize. Or do I want to deal with it out here? So that's just a thing that takes two arguments. So this is the easy one regardless. Get viewport, test.succeed. Viewport.scene.width, viewport.scene.height. And then test.perform, window size. Oh, this is a map now, though. We can safely do that instead of 6. Map just changes the value, right? And then would be task succeed. I think. And then this is just width height. And the date. Well, yeah, okay. It's probably something we didn't catch up with. Oh, yep. We're like, ow, we can't add POSIX. POSIX to millis first. And then we need to do date stuff with this. We still don't have date dot, which is all going to become time dot, different things, which need a zone, which we don't have yet. So we're kind of down to that problem, where we cannot move forward with the current error messages without dealing with time zone stuff. So we're going to need a current time, current zone, time, zone, init. How do we init this? I guess we start off in time.utc. Browser.env. Is that a removed feature? That appears to be a removed feature. And what's current time? Yeah, we can't. Well, we could ask. For the time and zone every minute to catch any updates. Time.every, time.perform. So this would be a task. No, time.every doesn't include zone. It's not a general task. It's time.every, give me the time. This is only going to be here. Or if we do something at that task. It says, okay, nice timestamp. Now go get me the zone as well. Okay, our model now has a zone. So we have to get it to at least display scale, which is called from, actually schedule graph I think is top level. Schedule graph. Schedule graph has a time, which means it's going to need a zone. And this is actually getting kind of ridiculous. I've never had to do this for an import before. For export maybe, but not for some random package. It makes me wonder if I should just do exposing dots, but it's not really a time thing. And for like all the time 2-second. Well, just the millisecond part, okay. All right, did we get that syntax right? It's not showing up if we didn't. So zone, that's going to mismatch with a bunch of other stuff. So time, zone. Display scale. Took a time range. So do I have to include zone and time range now? Or do I have, or is that another parameter? And time range is doing more math. What's an event? An event is also a POSIX duration. Do we only use this for the minimum and maximum? Yes. So start POSIX to millis. Even if we did the math, the conversion here, it would still return the converted value. So now we have to do milli to POSIX. But then this math works. That's our time range. That's an argument less than a mile long. So start date. Now we can do time.2year zone. Ooh. Nope, that's an int. And there's 2 weekday if you want that. Okay. And then there's, I don't think there's going to be any difference here. Except end. That's why you don't like aligning things. Day of week. So it's going to be time to weekday, but we need to have a zone. And date dot from time. It's going to be POSIX to millis. So events on day needs zone, which we've got here. Okay. And did we ever get? No, we have not. Yep, and the offset in the day depends on the POSIX. It depends on the zone. Date dot from time. That's actually not a thing anymore. Although we have to rewrite this so much. time dot to hour minute second zone time dot to minute zone time dot to second zone time. And there's no better way to do that in here. Don't think so. All right, we're done with all the date stuff. This is 144. Oh, events on day. To weekday. Oops. That's a typo. I capitalized time. Oh, I bet. Body is float. Type annotation. Oh. Okay. Where's the zero? Oh, probably so I could just line up the pluses. Okay, so I still do need that. Oh, I added that to there. We still have to do it here. Which is going to bring zone into a whole bunch more places. Break event comes from break over days. And it may have to recurse. Break over days. Grounds out here where we actually have access to zone. All right, offset. Zone time, context decorations. I guess it would kind of go more with this. Offset zone. Context decorations, I think also grounds out at the top. Oh no, we did style first. And then offset. To range, needs zone. Zone. Which means two ranges, which means row heat map needs a zone. And that grounds out here. Did I ever finish offset? Really? Okay. Now, is that going to cause me any trouble? Hour divided by 24. Hour. Yes, that specifically needs to be floating division. This... No, width and height are typed as floats. Okay. Oh, maybe something else implied it's an int because of how it's used. Yeah, like here. Oh, that doesn't work. If we're going to do that, and then we have to do this. Oh. Oh, this used to be a trickier conversion. Oh, and I haven't finished doing all of these. Well, this is not anything different than the time call now. Day zone time dot two. Okay, there's a lot of those. Do you have a zone? You do have a zone. Okay, another. Is it gonna matter here? Not really a heat map anymore, I guess. Got that shifting up. That's doing 0.5. Yeah. So this probably needs to be a... Oh, is it range? Oh, well, probably both of them, actually. Which makes me question having them be int at all, but they are milliseconds. Duration age. So one of these numbers is being used as a float directly. Is it? The argument is start duration age. And duration. Yeah. I'm starting to think that since the main purpose of this I'm guessing. Where do I make those? Oh, but I called this an offset because it kind of is an offset. Well, that one's been okay so far. Well, no, it's saying float there too. Two ranges. It's only used in one place. Which I think means we don't even necessarily... duration is used elsewhere. Ages. Two ranges gets used here, which means we don't need this. Oh, I may still have to do some conversions down where we make that. Because, like, here we have to go 2 float. Here we're going to have to go 2 float. And here we're going to have to go 2 float. Right. Hadn't got that one either. For age divided by range, where is that coming from? Range is coming from, well, okay, so that one still needs to float. And 75. So milliseconds are essentially ints, but I'm doing so much drawing here, I'm really wondering about this. That's a typo. What? Day is to float. Oh. That might need to be int now. Event.start plus remaining. Remaining, the day minus the start. Start is an int. Remaining is an int. Event.start is a POSIX. So we have to do millis to POSIX. And then... No. POSIX to millis. And then millis to POSIX. Oh, this is probably View calling it. Time. Schedule from videos. Ah, indeed. I don't know if second exists anymore. Time at every time dot minute, current time. Yeah, time dot second goes away. Now, second, that was millisecond. Yeah, so a millisecond is 1 second. That is a missing separator. On resize. Pardon? Brower. Nope. And we've got a time dot minute too. So this is 60 seconds times 1,000 milliseconds. It's the right argument to be. Oh, I can't do tuple pair like that. That's actually very awkward. I guess I need an explicit function. Which point we don't need tuple pair. Blah, 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 blah. Location equals location. Oh, I'm using path name. Then they rearranged all the names of the fields of the URL. So I think this is just path. And search became query. And I can probably copy this code from the other one somewhere. Oh, they converted this to a maybe. What did I do as an interim measure for that? I guess we do... It's an interim measure. Argument is float float. Task stat perform. Dom got get viewport. Oh man. Viewport is float. Resize is int. Oh no, wait. I want viewport not seen. Furthermore, well, I don't imagine the float's actually mattering that much. Nor do I know offhand what it used to be in the old, well... Size was an int. Resize is a size. So yeah, everything used to be an int and we had it worked out. Which means that you... map viewport. Okay. That'd be basics, right? We know there's a 2 float. So find that section. Round. Body of init. That's an error message a mile long. Model, oh my gosh. All right, so we got command message, and it reordered all my fields. Location, location. Location should be a URL. And maybe that net name needs to get changed. Navigation key is a navigation.key. Third argument key. Fortunately, it's not telling me the type of the individual fields. Login, maybe string. Should be fine. Mode. Should be fine. No, wait, do I? User ID is a maybe string that's coming from there. Events is empty list, so it should match up with any kind of list. Pending request, list to command message. Well, I guess, no, actually the bottle is a tuple of type, but it's supposed to be model. So we actually should be checking as model against what they're saying. Location URL, navigation key, login, maybe string, user ID, maybe string, events, list event, pending request, list command message, outstanding requests, int. Time, time. We initialized that with 0. Actually, no. Milli deposits, and I don't know that we, imported that here. Oof. Oh, I didn't actually, I copied this, no. Oh, well, that didn't help. Save, please. What? All right, compiled. I don't think we even started Reactor yet. Okay, the color scheme is shot in normal mode. Oh, I wonder if this color module does grayscale backwards. So is this a failure of bin? Oh, I have to kill that to edit it. No. Theme equals dark. So this might be the color module doing grayscale backwards. It did feel a little odd how the other one did it sometimes. Is there explicit documentation of that? Yeah, just gray level. Is that view? What's 0.5? Label color is always 0.5. So I'm passing these colors around. But there's no longer a core color module. So you depend on definitely not the module I'm using. You define color. So I need to know where uniform is coming from. Oh, that's actually collage. I already had, I've forgotten what the key combo to change tab was. Probably done with you. So uniform. Takes a color. And is this the one that depended on the other color module? Yes, you are using the same color module. Okay. Okay. Oh, right, because we've got the debugger open. Okay, okay, fine. Oh, we still haven't fixed icons either. So the drawing colors are kind of okay. We've got our red, we've got our purple. So this is going to be dark theme. So let's try color dot blue. Okay, so color in general is working. Oh, this label position is a little off now. Does say 0, 1. Let's see what 0 does. Okay. See what 1 does. Okay. I've got a bug to report. Can we... Oh, actually, I can probably view that in the model. Blue, green, red, 0. One minus P. Alright, so it's not trivial to figure out what's going on here. I'm going to take a short break and try to figure this out. Oh, and then try to figure this out. Oop. Okay, so yeah, I guess the gravity's getting a little bit weird. Maybe I need the trailer for stability.
Or I don't know, maybe it's time to like just bring a habitat and stuff down here.
Well, I did a habitat up there, and I just wanted to get the...
I am just
handy
seeing that
trailer.
trailer doing barrel rolls.
Quest that I have to do. Alright, let's go find what's her face. What's her face McFace face. PB. We're not doing anything with PB right now. I don't have an email. I don't think I have an email. Yep. Sam's a dick. He lies to me all the time.
Participated in doing Carrot Farm so far tonight, and a big part of that has been that this game's really goddamn overwhelming, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But there's a lot of... Okay...
Woo! I'm falling, baby! Which one of you's which? Oh, that actually hurt.
Oops! you found a point where you could fall far enough.
Quest that I have to do. Alright, let's go find what's her face. What's her face McFace face. PB. We're not doing anything with PB right now. I don't have an email. I don't think I have an email. Yep. Sam's a dick. He lies to me all the time.
Participated in doing Carrot Farm so far tonight, and a big part of that has been that this game's really goddamn overwhelming, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But there's a lot of... Okay...
No. No. uh, well, I mean, come on.
All right. So HSLA. Oh man. Page. LSA. SLA. Float. Color. Hue, saturation, lightness. And it does an RGB conversion. Alpha equals alpha. So RGB standard uses alpha 1. That seems to match up. Alpha 1. They're all floats. Wait. Oh, RGB is int. Well, HSL to RGB ought to be doing the 256, right? Yeah, there's the 255. What? If you're int to float, why aren't you float to int? So, because they're going through an HSL conversion here, I don't know if manually doing this will have the desired effect. Chroma X, chroma. And then what is the package? I should have done a separate tab for this. Description of these. 2. All right, well, start off with a simple issue and then maybe grayscale always produces black. Scale functions always produce black. From glancing at the code, it appears that the HSL to RGB conversion is not multiplying by 255 before performing floor operation. I mean, I think that's what I saw. RGB to HSL. Yep, that's the extent of it. And then performing a floor operation to which removes even the little bit of value. Is that all right? So that, depending on how that goes, we could maybe submit a PR on that later. In the meanwhile, we should be able to just do RGB. I'm not sure what this would actually be at 1.5. So this was the same for, same for both. And then oh, 0.3. We might just call that 76, fine. You're the 0.3, yeah. 76, 76, 76. And then 0.7 times 255. 178, 178, 178. Man, I still got this one backwards. Oops, wrong one. All right, so these link colors are kind of not great, but oh, and yeah, this is not even working. Oh, you know what? We don't need to drop left anymore with that interim solution. Okay. So we've pretty much dealt with all that. You're the reactor. We have Elm package, git add. Kill you. Monitor, remove debug. I might actually have to put that back, because the next thing will be command line arguments, probably, since we've got URL anyway. So I'll make remove package, startup call. Whole bunch of stuff moving into browser. Was this one sorted before? Not really. Okay, bunch of time and window stuff changed. Had to add the navigate events because we're an application, which wants to update our URL with the updated user ID. We're actually probably going to replace that with URL stuff. I kind of do that as a second pass. We formatted that because we're importing so much stuff now. I'm not sure I ended up using those aliases fully. And to stringify our days. Add zone everywhere. And do a whole bunch of POSIX conversions. Convert that to document, attribute style, color bug, update to Elm O.19. All right, so one thing we did in the other application was extract search argument. String URL, maybe string. Ooh, it didn't like something there. URL parse oh. Wow, okay. So there is that. Got just a couple of imports to support doing it that way. Okay, and we got the user ID, so we should be pretty good there. Use URL library for query strings. Oh, I haven't fixed icons yet. So we should have symbol defs. Then that goes out of index. And that would have to be in panel as well. Oh. Well, that's annoying. I was actually able to select which icons to even include before. Symbol defs, and then it would be view icon. Icon. So it's really just including explicit path here. And then I've got the problem that something in the layout seems to have drifted over. Okay, we've got icons now. Yeah, it feels like I'm being truncated on this edge. Or maybe I wasn't before? Git add, git diff. Here, remove all those, remove all those. Use external icons now that replaces body wholesale. And actually, I am going to have to test out the panel thing at some point, because that put the scripts in there. So if Elm starts up and replaces the body, that would be a problem. So it looks like I need to bump my labels over a tad. Label color. It's a rectangle. From string day name. Text size. Text color. Align left. What does this do? Okay. It's not a very good job of alignment there. I have to say. That is really awful alignment. You could almost say it's not working at all. Well, okay, so it shifted all this stuff over, but it did not align the individual days to anything that I can tell. Well, that's not going to work very well. I have to be a layout. So the origin is at the given anchor. It's like collage, top another collage, center, top right, right, left. Shift a collage. Such that the origin is at the given anchor. Created by the functions below. Calculate a point relative to the origin of a given collage. So that did something. It's just so off. And is this actually an Elm thing? Yes. This is something that actually broke in the conversion. Which is why I didn't see it going off the edge before. Well, this could have something to do with the numbers I'm feeding it. It's not impossible. There were some changes between floats and ints. That's going to be a fun little project to dig into. Also, I feel like my rules are too bright. Did I put the wrong rule color dark? Oh, this was inverted. '76. That's better. Now, what else do I have going on right now? Nothing. Okay. Rule colors. swapped. Well, we know that this is, well, we think this is, we don't know if it's the library or us, because you can't run the different versions in different versions of Elm. Let's see if there's anything suspect in the history. Actually, I want to look at the differences. Uh, 2018. Oh. Well, that explains it. This used to be a blessed module. Oh, man. Well, the good news is that the text I'm measuring, at least at the moment, is always the same day strings. I guess the problem is, what's a font? CSS font descriptor. So I'd have to know what size we're calculating for that. And that is actually not something you can calculate up front. Well, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Text divided by 2 float, string dot. Does this even consider the font? Unfortunately, this is, okay, so where is text.elm? Unfortunately, this is all formatting changes, but it seems like he also did the first step of the conversion. Oh, no, wait. Oh. He started a while ago. Stub for native function. 2 CSS font spec style. Okay. I don't know if we have access to that. Well, I mean, I'm clearly specifying size somehow. Collage used to use native code to get accurate text alignment. Text.size. So we're passing a number in here. I'm probably just taking a default font. Well, we can see what the code was. Create element canvas, canvas.getContext2D, context.font equals font, context.measureText. Text size, min height, width divided by 3. And this is like width of the window? Layout.width collage. Height. So we take that number. We pass that and the day strings back through the main application to call a port. I'm kind of going to be getting the height and width back from something I set, right? Align left. Height equals height, our height. You're one of the things getting in our way a lot. Garage height 35. 45. So these are the individual bands. Which is probably something we calculate. Oh, we scale it. Well, it's by row and height. Width and row. Oh, no, this is top level. Height minus axis, list.length days. Which is the days we are specifically rendering for. So I'm not even sure. I was wondering if we'd have JavaScript just sort of. Well, we'd also have to watch for window sizes and kind of recalculate everything from scratch. But otherwise, this has to return the text sizes it wants to know. This might be a problem for a stream in and of itself. The schedule graph has to communicate the font sizes it needs to know. So the main app can go out to a port and ask it to size some text. I guess what we do is we have to have another function here, so that every time we update window size, we call a function that takes the same parameters. Well, no, because this isn't. It has to be an exposure from the view that figured it all out. And then returns the numbers it needs to know. Then we round trip that with the ports and stuff it back into the structure. Well, if I sized these words in some font size, it would probably be a simple multiplier. Anyway, I'm a little bit brain burned right now, so I think that's going to be it for today. Click, please. Thanks to One Jelly Bean, Crow, Kitsune, Diddly Taco, Osaret Gaming, Catnox, Dummy Ice Leopard, and Two Left for the Cry, Dog and Lick, Gamer Siren for hosting me. The schedule is pretty much up there already. When I'm usually on. Do we have anything to recommend today? That one's almost done. Well, Tejent is continuing to work on his Shimmer's audio mixer. So that's something kind of interesting. He's one of the people who did the OBS audio gauges. And I was working on some support hardware. Yeah, so if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. And goodbye.